episode of Desire to Inspire, Mama's favorite podcast. Dylan, it wasn't last week, but it's this week.
It is this week. There's nothing in this room, guys. Nothing in here at all.
His trek to North Carolina will start on the day that this is released.
When you moved from Dallas, did you feel weird like the whole lead up to it, or like when did it hit you?
It hit me, honestly, so for you today, when those movers came and we were moving stuff out, after that kind of dwindled down, I was staying in my apartment and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? Did I do this too quick? Did I? And it was all going through my head. And then we took last pictures inside of the apartment and stuff like that, locked the door behind us, turned our keys in, and I was praying the whole time that I would make it through mentally, because we also did the drive, but it is not nearly as long as the one that you're about to.
How long was yours?
I think 14 or 16 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's actually a route. For some reason, it popped up when I looked. 22 to go through Nashville area, or 26 to go through Dallas. Why would you add?
Yeah.
No, not
4
even.
hours?
It was actually more than that. It was 26. It was a day and two. But I was like, why would I ever do that?
Yeah. No. Maybe, yeah, I don't know why the hell you would ever do that.
But yeah, it started to hit me yesterday. That's why I asked. When they called and were like, hey, we're coming tomorrow between 10 and 2, I was like, holy fuck. Because now I'm I had to scramble and get all my last minute things done.
Yep. So what's the feeling? What's the thought? What's the mindset right now?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'm at a loss. Which is kind of a rare thing for me. I'm not usually at a loss. I don't know how I feel right now. I was sad earlier, but I'm excited at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I think I'll know better in a couple weeks. But I also am going home in 2 weeks. So it's I'm about to be all over the place.
Yeah. No, it'll definitely take a while to settle in. And it was the same. I mean, you've moved before. This isn't advice I'm giving you, but the advice that I gave Matt is you make the move and you're super high. You're super upbeat about it. You're I'm making this move. And then things start settling in and it's holy shit.
It's just life. It's not a vacation.
Yeah. This is my home now. This is my neighborhood. Oh, okay. All right. Still excited, going out, doing things with friends, meeting new people. Then all of a sudden you get a week where you don't have shit to do. Month in, 2 months in, 4 months in, whatever it is. And you're like, did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right things? You're getting calls from back home. We miss you. You're getting calls. Oh, this is happening back home. And you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I made the right decision. Do I need to move back home? I'm not that. And you go through all of these things and it's just a roller coaster of different emotions and thoughts. And I'm even having it here in North Carolina. I mean, that I was down for a while. I don't think I made the right move. I don't know if I love this place. But now after we're getting ready to explore, or now that we've explored it and everything, we're starting to find that love and that passion for this city, and all the potential and fun things that there actually is to do within it.
I mean, I've had the last 4 months of not having shit to do here, so that doesn't bother me at all at this point. I kind of prefer it sometimes, but my dad's already hey, you could just tell the movers to come here. He's you live rent free. I'm you're gonna let my fucking dog move? And he's you know what? You're right. He's I ain't having no dog in my house.
I am glad I sparked a little fire under Tommy T's ass, because he's getting a little too complacent during retirement.
So that thing sits most of the year. It's just his car show's coming up next weekend. So that's why he's getting ready. He's talking about it yesterday, though. He was out there cleaning it when I was on the phone with him.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Just killing flies.
Yeah, there was a little fruit fly thingy. I don't know. But I was or I said something when I was talking to him, and he's I was just telling Angie how busy retirement is. I'm golfing, going on vacations, and camping every single weekend or week since I've retired. I was I'm sorry, but I don't feel bad for you.
I know. He was telling me the same thing. The camping is a lot. There's no lack of camp every weekend like they do. You're literally packing up and tearing down every fucking few days.
But they don't have a permanent campsite that they go to?
They jump all over, bro. So they just pull it everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah. They're going somewhere else this weekend.
Do George and them go with them, or do they just go by themselves?
My brother has a camper. So last week they were with my brother's family. This weekend they're going George and them.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
How's your brother doing on his birthday? Shout out to the big guy.
I mean,
Happy
honestly,
birthday.
All I've said to him today was "Happy birthday, I love you." That's the only conversation I've had with him. I've had a kind of busy day.
Yep, understandable.
But I'll see him in a couple weeks. I've only seen him maybe on like one birthday since he's been 21, and he just turned 27.
Okay, wow.
Actually, before 21, because like when I was in the army, I never had to see him because I was always gone.
Yeah.
So probably like since high school, I've probably only seen him for like one birthday.
Damn.
And even that, I might be fabricating one. It might be none.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you even
Sorry,
like him?
bud. No.
You buy anything good or exciting on Amazon Prime these last 2 days?
No, dude, I ain't got no fucking money left. This move's taking it all out of me, dude. Between the move, Puerto Rico, and the guys being here last weekend, I'm broke.
And your car.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad. Insurance covered most of that.
Oh, that's good. I was like, damn, the boys'
I
weekend was more expensive.
I got a low deductible. Oh, one day the boys' weekend was worse than probably what I paid.
Okay.
I was looking like in my bank account, I can like look at the different days. Saturday was not good for me. I don't know what I spent. Maybe bills came out though. I hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else I would have spent that much money on that day. Wasn't good.
You had to get one last hoorah out in the good old Colorado mountains.
Yeah, when they were coming, I didn't realize that it was my last weekend. I was like, oh shit, it's my last weekend.
Yep. Say goodbye to everybody and do the last amount of things that you wanted to do.
Well, a lot of my friends were out of town. So I saw like
sad.
one of my friends. We met him out for his birthday.
There we go.
Took the guys by my favorite wing spot. They liked it so much we went again.
Damn.
2 days in a row, baby.
Hopefully you can find a wing spot here because I haven't found one yet that I love.
Oh, trust me, I'll find one.
Good.
I don't know what your style of wing is, though, so we'll have to discuss that off air.
All right.
Now, there's going to be no donuts. Well, long run days are my only donuts right now.
Okay. We got a lot of donut shops popping up. A lot. That's
dangerous.
Yep. So you'll definitely be able to film some content if you want to around donuts again because there's a
Let's hope I can find my camera.
Yeah. We need that.
I know.
Speaking of something, our sponsors bought us something yesterday on Prime Day.
Yeah, what'd they get?
They got us a really good microphone for our cell phones. So there's only one of it, but the Shure mics that I'm trying to talk them into buying for us, Prime had the one for one for our phones on sale. And so they bought us that because we are obviously tailoring content to certain things, going to be using our phones more. Still got to talk to you about some of it, but
you have me thinking now, like, don't know where the camera is, but I also don't know where those mics are. I have that. Okay, actually, I just remembered I do know where the mics are because I picked them up. They were in the floor. Okay. And I remember packing them, so I had to pack the camera with it. But I meant to keep the camera out because if this isn't here by next Friday, we're about to record on a fucking laptop again.
Yep.
Or we just use one camera, I guess, or like a phone.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
figure it out. Enough people out there got cameras. We'll borrow one.
Facts. You've had anything on your mind lately? Anything you want to discuss?
Nah, man, I'm just stressed out right now.
I feel that. Your energy
Smooth's
is
taking it all out of me.
I was going to say your energy is giving me the tired vibe, which kind of goes into a topic that I've been thinking about.
I mean, I definitely am tired. I feel like I've been nonstop all day. I woke up so I could hit that run.
Yep.
And then they weren't supposed to come till 10. They hit me up like, hey, can I come at 9? And my boxes weren't here yet.
Damn.
So I was like, yeah, you can come. But they were actually like, he was like, I told him on the phone, I was like, yo, we might have to pack up these TVs though. He's like, oh, I have boxes. We can help you. I'm like, I should have just let him do them because these things are a pain in the ass, bro.
Right.
It's like you know what I'm talking about? Like the boxes go into each other?
Yep.
I could not get them to fucking line up, bro. I had to like put it on the wall and like fucking run into it. So let's hope these TVs work.
Well, just don't be like Justin and crack one of them because he cracked one of his monitors.
Yeah, he told me, but he didn't have them in a box or anything. I have 2 monitors coming in my car, but one I have the box for, and the other one was free.
There we go. Yeah, that'll be interesting. You, Matt, and Ziggy in the car together for 22 hours.
Probably more like 25, like with stops and food and everything.
Yep.
Dude, you thought I had a lot of caffeine at the Spartan race, bro? Wait for this car ride, dog. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about being tired.
You're gonna have ghost energies on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I switching gears because obviously extremely excited for you to be down here in North Carolina. I think it's going to do a lot of good, not only for us and DTI, but just overall being closer to friends and family. It's going to make it a lot easier to see those people and continue that progression of like purpose and excitement that you were talking about a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, just being around those individuals and being able to create memories with them. So it'll be exciting to be a part of this chapter. I mean, a little bit closer and push each other to different limits and heights physically, mentally, and even hopefully like financially as well. So we don't blow all of our money doing stuff.
Hopefully. Because I'm in a fucking low right now.
Yeah, I was at Cryo, and I've been debating if I want to reduce my membership there or not, because with work and travel and different vacations and stuff like that, I can't get the full benefit out of the amount of like sessions I have. And so the tier below that will allow me to go the amount of times I want to a week within a month, but it won't let me exceed that. And so I was in the sauna thinking today, like, do I do it or do I just try and put an emphasis on going? So as we were talking about last week, is actually putting the action in behind something and not getting in your own way. And so what I did is I went ahead and instead of trying to book like the day before and getting a later in the morning reservation, now all of mine next week are for 8:00 in the morning. So I can go to the gym early, come back, do DTI stuff, do some work stuff, go to cryo, knock that out super early so it's not going into my afternoon meetings, to actually be able to get the most out of this membership while I am here in North Carolina and not traveling for work. And I bring that up because today I was thinking in there, as I do a lot, as I told you and on here before, I don't listen to like music or podcasts when I'm in the sauna. I just try and use that time to sometimes meditate, sometimes do a little visualization, sometimes manifest, but often I use that on like different topics, ideas, or things that I want to like touch on or expand on, write newsletters on, do content about, do basics 100 about. And today, after listening to just interviews and doing this new filming that I'm doing, I was thinking about how in this world we as humans live in I'm going to call it a tired state. And so what I mean by that is no matter what or who you encounter, we have heard from them, from ourselves, from the people close to us, I want to do this, but I want to do this, but I can't. I want to do this. I have this going on. I want, but they never put forth the effort, or I can't. And they never put forth the effort because something always comes up. Something always happens in their life where, man, now I got to wait until tomorrow. Shit, now I got to wait till next week. Well, it's Wednesday or Thursday. Now I might as well just start on Monday because it's a fresh week, a fresh start. Oh man, I didn't get this, but I'm just going to sit here and keep moseying on with the things that are making me unhappy. Instead of having that drive, that passion to see things through. And so I was texting you this morning, and one of the first things that I said is being too tired is not an option. Everything we use, everything that's been done, and every victory is done by someone who is tired but never stopped. And the premise around all of this is life isn't supposed to be easy. Life isn't supposed to be handed to us. Life isn't supposed to just come because we wake up and go to bed. We have to make sure that this time, that between when we wake up and when we go to bed, we are putting forth some sort of effort. And so one of the analogies, or one of the examples I use to you as why I wanted to talk about this, is most people, including myself sometimes, don't have the mental capacity to just wake up on the first alarm. They have to snooze that and go back to bed for 15 minutes. Then they get the next alarm, they snooze it for 10 minutes, then 5 minutes, then they finally roll out of bed with limited time to do whatever the next said goal is or said thing they need to do in their morning to then get to the next. And so I just want to get your idea around, or your thoughts around hearing people's excuses, whether it's through people that we've helped, whether it's through videos that we preach on certain topics. But what are your thoughts around the excuses that people make when in reality they're only getting in their own way because they're too tired or not mentally strong enough to make the easy decision of doing it instead of the hard decision by prolonging it, prolonging it, prolonging it?
I mean, the two biggest excuses that you're going to hear is I'm too tired or I'm too busy, which both come down to a time thing. It's like, how much time do you put on, I don't like, what are you, it's basically the same thing. Like, how much time are you actually putting into the things that matter? Like, there's things that are going to give you energy, but people relate those to things that take away your energy. Working out will give you energy over the long term. Like, I've never went to the gym, maybe a run, but like I've never went in the gym and left feeling tired. Like, it's not a thing. Like, you leave, your endorphins are up, like you're gonna be feeling better about it. But instead, they sit on the couch all day, they sit at a desk all day, they're on their phone scrolling, they're on a computer, they're watching TV. All those things are leisurely activities, and they're just making you more tired. And even sleep, like if you don't prioritize sleep, it's gonna make you more tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it is an excuse. I think that the two go hand in hand because you're too tired or you're too, yeah, because you're not too busy either way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe there are excuses either way. Because today, dude, 2 nights ago, I literally tweeted. This was I was like kind of surprised when you texted this today that I think I just had the best sleep of my entire life. I woke up yesterday morning. I think it was like just coming off a long weekend and like going right into like packing everything. Then I was like, oh wow, like that was fucking good. And I actually snoozed my alarm for once. Like I didn't even snooze it. I woke up like 10 minutes before it, and I felt good. It was like one of those sleeps where like I went to bed at 9, I was up at midnight, and I felt like I had slept the entire night. Like I felt like, oh shit, it's time to get up. I looked at my phone, midnight. I looked at the next time feeling the same way, 2 a.m. Looked at it 3 a.m., same way. I was like, damn, I feel fucking good every time I look at this. So I woke up like 10 minutes before my alarm. I was like, I'm about to get 30 more minutes of this deep sleep. So I set it for like 20 minutes back. I was like, I don't have anything like pressing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like I was going to the gym. I was like, it ain't gonna interfere with my work day. I still have plenty of time. Like, I'm getting it done. So I fucking took it. And then on the flip side, last night, dude, worst night of sleep I've had in years.
Oh no!
I was up every fucking hour. Like I could not fall back asleep. It was horrible. I don't know why, because I was coming off of great sleep. So I don't know why.
Yep.
But it was horrible last night. And I didn't want to get up, but on the bad night, I got up as soon as my alarm went off. I was up at 5, out of bed, doing what I had to do, on a run before 6 o'clock. I was like, this ain't gonna happen. So like I'm more the opposite. Like I'll give myself leniency when like I feel good. Like we obviously need sleep. Like I don't want to say, oh, you're tired, like don't sleep. But here's your first alarm, dude. Get up. But I think people just say it like more so to do it. I think it's more of a reflex. Like if you ask somebody, hey, how's it going? It's always, hey, good. How are you? Like there's not anything. So like when people's like, oh, what's up? I'm tired. I'm busy. Like it's just a reflex excuse more than it's an actual excuse.
Yep.
But you are right about the people like who actually do things in the world don't use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Like
so
they're not using excuses, period, though. They don't have a victim mentality.
Yep. That's how I was. So I was viewing it the way that we've been talking about it right now in the beginning. And then I started to think about it more as I was breathing a lot heavier and wishing my time in the sauna was over. And I was like, you know what? I was like, this actually stems a lot deeper, and it actually goes a lot further into how the world operates. And so I started thinking about it in the sense of an entrepreneur standpoint or an entrepreneur mindset. So you have somebody that created this product, a multi-million dollar company now.
Probably just from you.
Do you think that this guy that created, or this female, I don't know who it is, that created
Surprising.
Yeti, that created Yeti, on the days that he didn't want to do it, or that he felt tired, or that he didn't have the energy, or he didn't have the passion, do you think he fucking stopped because he had one bad day? But not only that, taking that and taking the journey that he had to go through to develop this concept. endless night sleep, endless journey, this and that, going through trials, tribulations, all of it. Then taking that and being like, okay, now we need to create a prototype. Goes through the prototype phase. They actually create one. Then they're like, okay, we have to test and develop this thing to make sure that it's actually something people would want. So then they test it out with X amount of population group. Then they take it, okay, we're going to go full scale. Now they're taking it, manufacturing it through some company. They're probably hand packaging them, sending them out, getting shipments. Next thing you know, it sparks off, it takes off. They have to build a warehouse. They have to staff a warehouse. They have to figure out the electronics, the flow, the everything of it. Now they have to figure out logistics on how it gets to the customer. And so they're dealing with all of these different things. And so what I'm getting at is that person that did that did not stop when they were fucking tired. LeBron James, KD, whoever the fuck it is, Steph Curry did not stop when he wanted a ring because he was tired. He went to the gym on those hard days. He trained on those hard days. We'll use Steph Curry. I don't really know much about LeBron, and he hasn't won a ring in a while. So
technically, you won in the bubble. Relax.
People say that doesn't count, and I didn't follow basketball then, so I just think of his last one as Cleveland, which was a long time ago. But anyways, sure, LeBron, Steph Curry, whoever it is, they don't not work out on the days that they feel tired. They don't stop training because they don't have the passion or the charisma about it. They push through those hard days to make it better. You look at the president of the United States, you look at the CEO of AT&T, you look at all of these successful companies, these successful people, the people that make Jack Black, like all of these people have a journey where they didn't stop, where they didn't say, no, I'm not going to do this today because I don't feel like it. No, I'm not going to do this. Sure, they may have had like low days, but they always push forward. There was always momentum going towards their goals. And so I was taking it from that. And it's like, okay, a DTI standpoint, we always talk about the return on investment. We're not going to get a return on investment if we're putting in the minimal work. I call myself out all the time, or have, for doing minimal work. But what I'm doing is I'm creating consistent patterns, and I'm becoming more and more passionate. I believe I'm putting out better things. We're doing this, and I'm just using me as an example because I'll let you touch on your own viewpoints of stuff after this. But when I do stuff for DTI, it was just like, oh, I have to do this. I have to put out a video today, or, oh, I have to do this, so I'm just going to do it right before it. And what I've realized lately is me spending time and me thinking of something up here in this big ass dome and jotting it down. Dude, I'm coming up with ideas. I'm writing posts. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, so much more, where like the app in my phone is just filling up with stuff that I'll be able to use now in the future, what I want to do, what we're going to talk about, what we're going to work on, like all of these things. And I'm realizing it's because I'm keeping the momentum going. If I let those thoughts keep going out of my head, then it's just going to be like, okay, they're not there, and new ones aren't going to start funneling in, or they're not going to start brewing, because I'm not putting that time and attention in, because I'm taking the easy route of, oh, I'll rather watch Netflix or scroll TikTok, or I'm just going to keep working. And so it goes back to that sticky note mentality that we had, is like writing down those things while they're top of our mind. So that way we can build, expand, and grow upon those, and just keep developing through this process. And so I took it from where you took it, naturally feeling tired, working through it, an entrepreneur standpoint. And now I take that entrepreneur standpoint, how I can tailor it to DTI. Okay, boom, I think of it that way. But now it's the other end, the clients that we have, the people that are in the inspired. How do we get them to have that same passion for what they're doing? How do we get them to not make excuses? How do we get them to not hit that snooze button, to not make progress towards their goals? And so I was looking at it, and it's like dumbing down the things. Most people look at that big picture that we always talk about, and they go for that. They don't sit down and break it down like, okay, what can I build on today that'll help me a month from now get closer to that, 2 months from now get closer to that, a year from now get closer to that. And so this victim or tired or why me or sideways twisted narrative that we are becoming so comfortable with as a culture has to break at some point. We can't keep playing the pity game, because we'll never see the success of it. And I don't know if that's where this is going, because there's not enough people standing up and talking about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to hit those goals. But it's just been something that's on my mind a lot, because it's like, how do you take all these dreams and aspirations that each one of us has a goal that we want to hit, break those down so that way we actually see those come to fruition and come to life.
From a client perspective, this is just a real quick touch. we can't make them do anything. That's the shitty part. Like, you can't make them do anything. They have to want it for themselves. And I will go into like more in depth here in a second. But I do actually think that there's a lot of people talking about what it means to be successful or how to get successful. It's just they're not the ones going viral. They're not the ones that people want to look at. They're not, because these people are watching mindless shit. If you want to do anything out there, you can fucking be successful in any realm that you want. Obviously not like athletics if you're not fucking genetically gifted, but like any like realistic thing. You can go learn a skill on YouTube. You could probably learn a fucking skill on TikTok at this point. Like, it's all out there if you want to go get it. But you actually said before you would win on like the basketball player thing, I actually had 2 words in mind that I was going to go off of here. And you said both of them. It's passion and momentum. You need passion to get started. But passion is not going to keep you going over a long term. Momentum is going to build passion. So I think that the more consistent you are, the more that you do something, it's not, you don't even have to do it well. Like, you just have to keep doing it. It's going to build your passion for that. And so it's the same thing like that we do. And we're probably doing it right now. Like, we're not as consistent as we have been. Like, we're not doing the things that we shouldn't be, or that we should be doing. And so I think that, not that the passion's not there, but like, I don't think that the fire's lit the way that it should be. And granted, I mean, obviously we've had a fuck ton of shit going on, but that's the same excuse that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. So,
because in my head, I think of it as like, Dylan's moving here. We have a lot that we want to do.
yeah,
And so mine's been like, we'll keep things going, but like that train's going to start roaring when he gets here.
100%.
So that's the mindset as well behind some of it. But no,
yeah, but it's still an excuse at the end of the day.
Yeah, completely
Like
agree.
100%.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying is I think that the passion has to start it, and then the momentum is going to carry it from there.
Yep.
And it's just going to build and build on it, and it's going to make these trains of thoughts go different ways. It's going to build on it in different ways. Because if we're just hit and miss, like, we're using basic ass concepts. Like, if we're just here and there, like, we're saying shit that, yeah, everybody knows, but do they, like, sure, we're trying to say it in a new way that maybe someone doesn't understand, whatever. But like, if you're consistent, you're going to start to think about things in a completely different way, because you're going to run out of the basic ass concepts.
Yep.
There's only so much you can say around the basics of health and fitness. Like, in reality, health on all spectrums.
Unless you're the internet, then you can just keep making shit up.
Yeah, right. But like, from basic concept standpoints, like, obviously you can branch off and create things in different ways that like are going to resonate with different people. But the foundation of it is very simple.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it easy, but it's a very simple concept. And so the momentum will be back. And I think it's going to, that is what's going to be successful, though. It's the same shit you're saying. Like, you're not going to be successful without it.
Yeah. No, it's all about momentum and having a plan that you can become, in my opinion, like, obsessed with. And so if you're obsessed with something, you're not going to stop because you're enjoying doing it. You want to do it. You have the faith, the belief, the all of this. And so whether it's DTI focused or like the changes going on in life that are calling ourselves out, like stopping us from posting as often as we once were, I think in the background are getting built up and getting enhanced to be able to like show a change and show why this last year and a half mattered to us. And now us being together is going to truly like elevate and take us to that next tier of DTI and be able to support in a different way with growing the community, actually bringing all the community members together, doing like all of those things that we've talked about for so long, but now actually having a foundation where we can meet on it more than just Zoom calls a week.
This way. Yeah.
Now we can go get coffee in the morning. We can go out to lunch and we can actually sit there, brainstorm, ponder, and then create things as a team to then put out there into the world to see said goals that we've talked about or said objectives we talk about come to life and fruition.
I think it's also going to help that we're pushing towards a common goal now, and we have to be dialed in for it.
Yep.
Like, being dialed in that aspect of life dials me in everywhere else, because there's no time to slack off. Like, it's not like I'm just fucking off. Like, I might as well do something productive. And once I'm productive, it's the momentum thing again, I go. Dude, there was a time where I was fucking editing 3 videos a week between podcasts and my own videos.
Mm-hmm.
Now I barely edit one. And I fucking am doing way less than I was. The busier I am, the more like I actually stick to shit. Like if I'm not busy, I just find excuses and I do anything because I just want to stay in that mentality. It's a habit. The same way going to the gym's a habit, and that one hasn't fallen off. Just because like I know like I need it for the rest of my life. But the other shit, it's like super easy to just for me to become unproductive.
Yeah. Yep. It's again. I will reiterate this till the day I die. It's painting that big picture and then painting the little strokes instead of the big strokes to make it come to fruition. Because as we paint that picture, things are going to change, things are going to alter, and we'll be able to do that because, again, now we have half of it painted, so we have a foundation, we have a base to then keep growing upon and expanding to change that image or change that view. So it's exciting, and that's what life is about. So it's not always putting that pressure to hit everything every single day, but how do you become that 1% better? That whoever that book is by.
A lot of people say it.
Yeah, whoever that book was by, it was a great book because it's true. Just being that 1% better towards your family, towards your goals, towards your personal life, towards your relationship, all of that stuff, just becoming better in all areas. That is going towards the main objective, the main picture, to then keep growing and expanding as you elevate throughout that process.
Yep.
So we next week, I think
we shouldn't be 2 squares.
We shouldn't be 2 squares. We will be 1 square. And as Dylan and I are together, and I move into my new place, we'll have a hopefully pretty dope studio that we're planning to have to do this podcast. So from me to you, brother, safe travels this upcoming Friday. I'm excited to have you here. There's been a lot of things that, just because of how busy life has been with you traveling for weddings and having people come and visit and going home and like all that different stuff, there's a lot of things that I've been thinking about and getting excited for. I texted the other day that I'm starting to get really excited for you to move down. Like it's finally hitting me. But there's a lot of things that I can't wait for you to be here. So now we can actually share those ideas and then dial in and be like, yep, we're doing this, and this.
You'll actually get to see me in person, like where I'm actually like doing things and not just like, hey, let's go get some food. Let's go drink.
And so with that, obviously this podcast is going to grow as well because we're going to get in with the North Carolina community. So even buying those little mics or lights that we're sending you, like all that shit motivates me because I truly know that we're making a difference. I sent you a text message of a screenshot with a DM that I got the other day. And I won't lie, that was one of like 8 that I've gotten from random people in the last like week and a half. I've been super consistent on Facebook, really enjoying posting on there and the dialogue and communication that I'm having with people. And it's paying off. I'm getting those DMs of people appreciating the posts that we're posting, the things that we're preaching about, talking about. And so again, even though it doesn't show on some of the other platforms, things have been tailored and altered for the, I guess, platforms that I've always kind of had my most passion about. So once you get here, getting things dialed in around our main objectives and things that we've preached, that we've talked about, and that we have written down is extremely exciting. So again, I can't wait to welcome you to the city. Can't wait to have you here. And hopefully Lil loves you because she's going to be seeing a lot of you.
Hopefully. We'll find out.
With that, we will. As always, folks, have the desire to inspire. Wish our boy Dylan a safe travel to North Carolina. And for the first time in DTI history, we are going to have a podcast in the same room together.
It's kind of crazy.
Crazy. As always, it's on. Kiss your mama.
Peace.